Hello, Mirepoix Mix. Welcome back to another episode where we talk shop and showcase what we have in our own backyard. I am your host, Mike Element. Joining me on the pod today, he is an award-winning business entrepreneur guru and a founder of ZEG Sauces. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the very talented Kevin Anstee.
Well, thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you for coming onto the pod to talk shop and tell us how your food journey began and how you were giving us this amazing sauce.
Well, like most people, the result of COVID is how things began. But prior to that, I'd been working on these sauces for about 10 years and just fiddling around with different, spices and different liquids and stuff. And so what happened was I was laid off from my job because of COVID. And I thought, well, I've got some time on my hands and I don't really have anything else in the works. So I thought, might as well try these sauces.
Let's try something. So you said 10 years, but you've been on the market for, 4.5 going now?
Yeah, we've federally incorporated in 2021.
So yeah, that was like right COVID baby.
Yeah.
Healthcare took a huge hit. And so you've been doing these for so long now. What made you think let's go to market? I got something here. What was that eureka moment saying, let's go for it?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because what happened was when I was first getting serious about the sauces, I was giving them out to friends and family. And of course, everybody loves them, right? But then strangers started trying them, and by word of mouth, it became more and more popular. And I thought, maybe I've got something here. So then I went into the manufacturing, co-packing kind of area, and to get a whole pile of the sauces made, and they've just been taking off ever since.
Because you have 3 sauces. You have your spicy, your medium spicy, and let's go with this is your mild spicy. So the 3. So why 3? What was the meaning behind 2? Did you want to launch 3, or did it just happen that way that you got 3 out of the whole ordeal?
Yeah, there's a few reasons why 3, and one of the things I noticed in my research was when consumers are given a choice of 3 products, they feel less buyer remorse when they buy products. So I thought, well, that's a plus to have 3 of the same sauce. So it's the same flavored sauce, it's just a difference in spice level. And how that happened was my youngest child wanted a sauce that was mild, and my middle child wanted one that was a little bit more kick, and of course the oldest wanted it a little bit spicy. So I made them in honor.
They can never be on the same page.
Exactly, and that's
hilarious.
That's how most households are, right? I mean, you got somebody who's a picky eater who doesn't want something spicy, and then you've got all kinds of varieties. So that's how you can customize your own sauce with ZEG.
And being a super dad, I got 2 boys myself, and you try to make everything that they want, and you're like, I can do that for you. Let's do that. And so yeah, you did that. You had the 3 for 3 kids. So what's the meaning behind the ZEG name branded?
Yeah, so my oldest daughter is Zoe, and my middle child is Eden, and my youngest is Grayson. So ZEG.
Oh, clever. Yeah. Okay, I thought it was when I was looking you up and reading, it said formulas, and so I thought it was alphabetical. It's it took you 26 attempts to get to this one perfect.
Yeah, if that was the case, it would be the whole alphabet on the bottle.
I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of research and development and a lot of taste testing.
Yeah. Well, it was actually in the beginning. It was a lot of different trials trying to get it right and perfect.
So what's your main base for it? Were the kids excited to be let's try this? For Zoe, you're okay, this is your sauce. I'm gonna do yours first.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many attempts was it till she was perfect? Well, don't change it, Dad. I want this all the time.
Yeah, I started off with the mild one because it's easier to add the spice than to take the spice away. So once I perfected the mild, I thought, okay, well, I'll just change a few of the spices and the sugar levels and come up with the medium one and then the spicy one. So they were part of the whole product testing the entire time throughout ZEG's origins and stuff. So Yeah, so it was just a slow progression between the sauces, and then once I had it down, I thought, okay, well, I'll offer 3 sauces. So it's customizable in any household. You just buy all 3, and everybody's happy in your house.
Did they pitch in at all to help, like, stew down the peppers, help with finding out local ingredients, going shopping, doing all that with you?
No, not at all. Actually,
nope.
No, I did it all, and but I mean, they were my taste testers kind of thing, making sure that it tastes good. And we did have like a taste test with the competition sauces, which are A1 sauce, Heinz 57, and HP sauce. So that's the market.
I grew up on those myself. Oh my God, my dad was like, he was a huge HP one. HP sauce, A1, and then I remember going to the States with my buddy and his family going to Myrtle Beach, and we stopped off in West Virginia at this USA buffet steakhouse, and they had Heinz 57 there, and it was like my first time trying it, and I was like addicted to it.
Yeah, well, if you like those sauces, you really like these sauces.
Oh man,
that's who we're going up against, because that was the taste test, was which is better, between these sauces and the competition sauces, and my kids hands down loved ZEG Sauces.
Did you reach out to be like, hey, well, you can't really go recipe stealing, but so were you kind of like were they tasting it like palate wise, like how did you get it so close to them?
Yeah, we just did a paper plate, and it was a blind taste test, and they would write down the numbers of which ones that they thought tasted best, and they picked ZEG sauce every single time, because the other sauces, quite frankly, I was never a big fan of, and they were like HP sauce was invented originally to cover the rancid taste of meat back in the day, because that's how old the sauce is. So yeah, so it's got prunes in it and different things that I'm not a big fan of in sauce. So
I guess that's where the rich deep color comes from, would be from the prune.
Yeah.
It's it was a unique color.
Yeah.
The glass bottle hitting like the Heinz come on, trying to get it out, and when you got it out, it just went.
Yeah, I'm surprised. But the HP sauce, I mean, as you probably know, like in Britain, it's huge. It's with everything. It's the brown sauce, as they call it, right? So
beans, HP sauce.
Yeah, there's a huge market for it. So
it's like the Worcestershire.
Yeah.
It was kind of just invented in a bathtub, and it was like anchovies, and it was just kind of a mistake sauce that happened, and it's this delicious umami flavor.
Yeah. But this is not a mistake. This is well thought out and contrived kind of thing. So that's why I think it's a better tasting sauce than the other brown sauces.
Oh, because you have some chicken over here for us, and with all 3 here.
Yeah, we'll use one of those bottles. Do you want to try something here?
Absolutely.
Right here, I'll just put it out of the camera here. But maybe you should start off with the mild one. Take this one if you'd like. And I opened it already, so.
Oh, these on display are already open here?
No, just these 2.
Just these 2? Okay, so a mild is open or no?
That's the mild.
That's the mild. Okay, here we go. We're going live.
Yeah. Live taste test.
Live taste test.
First time, too.
First time, yeah. I've never had ZEG sauce before, so this is my first time. It's going to be awesome. I love the thickness and the color of it. Whoa.
3D.
That puts a smile on my face. That's really nice.
Yeah, so that's the mild one, and I'm gonna try the medium one too.
All right.
And you'll see it's the same flavor, just a little bit spicier every time.
Now, is it best to serve this stuff like cold, or get a room temperature and warm up, and so you can get all the flavors?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I do recommend that once you open up the bottle, refrigerate it for longevity. But it doesn't really matter, and the versatile use of it all. So you can use it basting, marinating, whatever.
That's got a good punch to it.
Yeah,
you can tell the different level for sure.
Yeah, we'll try this one. And
all right, I'm gonna hear it burn my face off.
Again, it's not a hot sauce, so I mean. But
is that what you were going for? Just something like mild that everybody can enjoy and like not burn your tongue and be like, why am I eating this?
Yeah, because selfishly, I don't really like hot sauces too much. The hottest I go is Frank's, and I think Frank's is a fantastic sauce. But again, I did a taste test with Frank's, and on mashed potatoes and ZEG sauce beat Frank's, which is, I mean, my favorite sauce. That's a little.
All right, we're going for the hot or the spicy.
Spicy, yeah.
So you can see that different color there and how all the spices are in it. All right. Right away, it goes right to the tip of the tongue.
Yeah, and the back of the throat too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so the other thing that makes these sauces so versatile is you can mix it with other sauces. So a great, aioli mixed with ZEG sauce and mayonnaise is fantastic. Or if you have a favorite hot sauce, make your own sauce. And so it gives that creative aspect to sauces.
Yeah,
you can make it your own.
Like I'm thinking right away, like barbecuing veggie baskets, like, and just not marinating, but putting the sauce in before you cook them on the barbecue. I'll give it a nice bite. That spicy is very tolerable.
Yeah, that's good.
It just sits on the tongue, and it's a good heat, not a like I need milk to dunk my tongue in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So that was your daughter. That was her heat tolerance that she could accept.
Yeah, she wanted it a little bit spicy, but again, none of us eat like hot sauces, and so she wanted a little bit of kick to it, and so just increased the spice levels in the Formula Z, and so that way everybody has an offering, and everybody's happy in the household.
So when it does come to like dinners, like are these always like a condiment on the table for everybody? Kind of like just take what you want, enjoy it.
Yeah, surprisingly, after 4 years or more of my kids trying them, my kids still go to the refrigerator as their condiment of choice. And my son just the other day, he was having the classic ramen noodles kind of thing, right? And he goes and grabs the ZEG sauce and puts that in there. I thought, oh, that's a great idea too, right? And
spice up the broth a little.
Spice it up, and and it's not too hot, and it's
no, it just gives that extra zhuzh of intensity.
Yeah. And again, like another friend of mine had mentioned that he said it's the best seafood sauce he's ever had because he mixed it with horseradish.
Oh, I was gonna say, shuck some oysters with that.
Yeah.
With the like we went to Macy Pearls down in Hamilton. Awesome seafood joint, and it was my first time having fresh grated horseradish. Holy smokes! It was awesome. It was so different. It was mild and it was tolerable because you only get the horseradish in a jar, and that stuff's like again like levels, and some of it was like I couldn't even handle, but it was very nice, and I could absolutely see that with this. Yeah,
it's amazing, and that's one of the things too with ZEG sauces is that we just use high quality spices and ingredients, and it makes a world of a difference. Whenever if you know food, fresh ingredients and high quality ingredients makes food taste 10 times better. And so we don't cheap out on any of the ingredients and with our sauces. So
because are your ingredients 100% local or just Canadian, or I guess in the wintertime is it more difficult to get them, so you got to go south of the border?
Everything's Canadian. I mean, it comes from all around Canada, but it's a local product, and locally, I invented it in Hamilton. So
Hamilton proud, baby.
That's right. And so yeah, it's a Canadian product, Canadian made, and there's no foreign ingredients. I don't get any spices from other countries and stuff like that. So it's all Canadian made, which is great. Promotes Canadian businesses.
Absolutely. Are you happy with your 3 sauces, or is there kind of like more of an expansion line coming up, or are you working with anything different?
Yeah, well, like I told you earlier, my goal is to become Mr. Heinz, and to have all those varieties. But so this is just the beginning to get the product out there and get brand recognition. But I have other plans of making ones that are maybe more, ethnically based, even curry ones, or I'm working on a what I call a ZEG powder right now, which is a rub. And so those the little products are coming out.
So
slowly.
it's branching. Isn't that the best thing about food?
Yeah, especially when you have a great product that you can use in a multiple different ways, right? So,
we go from a wet ingredient, next is a dry ingredient to a rub.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're just kind of like, what now?
Yeah. Well,
shakes, powders.
There's lots of different spices you can add to it that different cultures prefer in their food. So because it's such a flexible sauce, it can easily adapt to that different sauces. So the plan is to come out with several more sauces as the brand picks up and we become well established.
So where are you able to find ZEG sauces? Are they in store or is it just based loosely online?
Well, I did have it on Amazon, and I also had it in La Coco's.
Oh!
But the problem is that the margins are so small that when you get into the grocery stores and stuff, unless you're doing mass production and tens of thousands of bottles a day, you don't really make much money off of it. So I found that if I just offer it online and provide delivery and pickup, that customers can get it, I can make a little bit of a profit off of it, and everybody's happy at the end of the day. So the plan is, Fortinos and Longos are interested in the sauces, but I have to obviously build up more and more capital in order to put it on the shelves there.
So what? How do you get that? Do they have like a new product launch day that you go and hopefully they do pick your product to put on the shelves? How does that process begin?
Yeah, and it's a real struggle because obviously a store doesn't want to take on a product unless they know it's going to sell. So one of the things is you have to get through the sort of manager who takes on new products and get that product to them. And again, they're getting hundreds of products given to them every day, so they really want something that stands out and will sell. But primarily, if you can't get in through the manager, then there are different trade shows and stuff that these stores go to. And there are some stores, like Sobeys, I believe, has a real focus on Canadian-made products. So they're more open to the Canadian products than other ones. So, but yeah, you really have to get out there and hustle and get your sauces into.
It's like you kind of feel like you have to harass them to get noticed, right?
Yeah. And
do you feel bad at all, or is it kind of like, you know what, my product's amazing, I'm throwing it out there, I don't care how much I harass you, you're getting this.
Well, my whole career, I've always done the opposite. I just call it schmarketing, right? Smart marketing, which is just be yourself and don't hassle people and put the product in front of them, and the product should stand for itself. But you do have to, obviously be clear and concise and get your message through and make them understand why this product's different than all the other products. But those managers that I've talked to in grocery stores, they can't stand it when they get harassed and it turns them off the product.
Oh, good, right. Another pitch for another sauce. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. And there's so many sauces out there, right? So.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. It's like you're going down the condiment or the sauce aisle because it's always slash. It's either sauce/condiment or condiment/sauce. So when you go down the aisle, you're saturated, and it's like, how do you pick which one you want? Or it's like, are you like, I won't enter that market?
Yeah, well, I go by and I stare at the sauces like some sort of weirdo in the grocery stores all the time.
That shit, don't try that.
Well, and then you got to see.
You set up your own little kiosk. Yeah. You're like, try, come here, sir. You can't sell in here.
That's right. Yeah. That's when they kick me out of the store.
Yeah.
But no, you got to look at it and see. So one of the things I was mentioning earlier is the majority of sauces are red, white, and blue color. So that's why ZEG sauces are a different color, so they stand out from the competition. And also, product placement's big. So you have to pay for those spots on those shelves. So that's another capital investment that you have to make. But and then getting out there doing those sample tables that are,
Do you have to I guess you got to organize with them, and they kind of give you like a little short window to do that, right?
Oh yeah. They'll.
Do you provide your own I guess, food to be dipped in, or do they give you...
You got to provide everything yourself.
Yeah,
But
they're a grocery store. Come on.
yeah, just go grab some product.
Yeah.
But you also have to be aware of food safety issues, right? So primarily when we've been at the Hamilton Farmers Market for their local showcase, we put it on non-salted Dorito chips, plain Dorito chips, so that they can taste it.
Really try the flavors and do like the chip challenge without any interruption.
Exactly. And then we put it in little containers so that people aren't touching it with their hands and stuff like that. But you can obviously bring in pork and chicken unless you have it properly heated and warmed at the right temperatures. Otherwise, people end up getting sick from it, and that's not what you want.
Or people just don't know that, nice pork tenderloin is supposed to be cooked medium rare.
Yeah.
With a nice pink inside, middle. And people are like, no, that's raw. It's like, no, it's not. You're just don't know.
Yeah. So that's the last thing you want people to do, right? So we're really stringent about all of those health and safety issues and making sure that everything's brought up to the right temperatures and everything's, sealed and the bottles are great bottles because they're people love squeezing it out, and you can do different designs with the bottles itself, and then plus the other thing why we use plastic bottles is you can use them once you're done with the sauce. You can use them for a variety of things like paints or glues.
Look at that! You are not just providing an amazing product. You're providing an actual container as well for the next amazing thing that goes in it.
Yeah.
For the person.
A lot of my friends save them, and their wives hate it that they have so many of these bottles kicking around.
They're my knickknacks.
That's true. It's a nice fancy.
Put some dish soap. Are you going camping? Some dish soap.
Yeah, you could do that.
There you go. Some shampoo, conditioner. Look at all that traveling.
Yeah. And
that's what you could do. New Market, little travel packs.
Yeah.
Of ZEG Sauces.
We do have some sample packages that I started creating, right? Because there was a need for people just to, especially, at Paradise Subs, people want to try the sauce before they put it on their sub. And so we do have little sample packages, but the bottles themselves are quite expensive to buy. So it's a fine balance.
The cost between quality and quantity.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
issue.
a big, because you co-pack with a company in Toronto.
That's right. They manufacture it. So that I gave them my recipe and they scaled it up, and then they co-pack and seal it and then ship it over to me, and then I sell it.
Did you show up with like a little pot and be like, here, I need this like 1,000 times bigger?
Yeah. Well, really, it is kind of like that. I just showed up with a few bottles and I said, okay, these are the ingredients, and they know how much that the salt needs to be decreased as you make bigger batches, and they have all that sort of specialization. So so it was a lot of back and forth and trying to make sure that it's perfect in what the product originally was. So
did you have to go through any like CFIA to get approved, or to make sure that it was legit, or is it a CFIA regulated facility?
Yeah, it is. It's got all the criteria of they've got their vegan friendly certificates. They've got their gluten free certificates.
That's right. Because I forgot about that. It is a vegan for every vegan out there who wants to enjoy an amazing product.
Yeah. That's
right.
And so, but we have gone through all the other studies with the shelf life testing, the trademarking, So before you hit market, out of that facility, was there 4 months of red tape and cutting it all before you kind of went live? There wasn't too much red tape. It was just it's just the stress of, I did all my research on all the individual things like the bottles, the labels, and the seals and stuff. But it's putting it all together in sort of a project management thing. So it was a really stressful time trying to get it right, get it perfect, make sure that things went smoothly through the manufacturing process. But as for red tape, I mean, the biggest thing is the labeling requirements. And that's about a 50-page document that you have to make sure that whatever's inside the bottle matches what's on there.
Did you have to do that, or did you leave it to them to did you source that out to them?
No, I had to actually go to a specialized company that does it, that takes the ingredients, does the shelf life, also makes the label and gives all the percentages.
I was gonna say, like, with the breakdown calorie count and all
Exactly.
that stuff, it's like, oh man, that, like, I thought you would have to do all that.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, how do you do that? You
Yeah.
just give it up to somebody else to do.
Well, that was the learning curve, right? Is that you can't do everything, and so
Were you shocked with the numbers, like when they broke it all down, and you're just like, holy crap, I don't like that, or
no, because it's
No?
really, I mean, quite low in everything. I think it's only, everything's low. The only thing is, it's got some salt in it, and but
that's needed just to preserve. So.
yeah, just for flavor. But everything else is very low, like 1% of the daily intake. So again, that's a good thing for dieting and food and not adding extra calories to your meal. So
If you want to diet and lose weight but still enjoy life, get ZEG. ZEG Sauces, vegan friendly for everyone. You won't even know. See, I'm going right back in for this stuff and doing that. I'm going to do the spice. I'm doing all three on it.
oh.
There you go, the trifecta. And there you go.
That's good.
And well, the spicy and the mild really actually go together quite well.
Huh. Interesting.
So, because I've also seen online that you have all three packages for like a bundle deal.
Right.
So is that kind of just for easier, ooh, spice, easier shipping, or it was just easier to get all three out there and not have one sauce feel left out?
Yeah, it's more for the beginners because if you just buy one of the sauces, you might be missing out on the other two. So I offer a special of 3 for $20, which is a great price for sauces out there. And then the people, after they've tried all three, they can select which ones they want, and then they can either go with 3 of the same sauce again for $20, or they can buy individual bottles if they want. So I like to give the customer some flexibility in what we offer.
3 for $20 seems like an amazing deal.
Yeah, no tax on that either. So that's
There you go.
yeah. It's great.
I'm gonna go buy one. You said you were on Amazon too. So how did you get into that? Can you just post and be like, or here's my rules and regs and everything?
Yeah, I was
Approve me and let's go.
I was surprised. Amazon was a real pain. They
No.
require. I didn't realize
They
it.
have everybody on there. How's it not so
I
easy
know.
to get there?
Well, one of the things is they start off with the photos. The photos have to be a particular size, a background, all that kind of stuff. Then they get into the labeling requirements. Then they have a whole process of vetting. They want to make sure that you're not committing fraud and you're a real person. So you got to prove all that stuff. But then the biggest thing was the margins that they take. So I would have to sell these sauces for $9.99 on Amazon so I could make 50 cents. Because Amazon was taking about $8.50
Jesus.
per bottle.
How long did that relationship last?
Not very long. I did try it. I did sell some of them, but the costs, and then you have to pay for the warehousing of it all, and so Amazon. Although it's a great site, and I buy tons of products from Amazon, it's kind of hard for the artisan craft market because. Again, if you're using good quality ingredients, you don't want to make the customer pay too much for the product. So
Yeah, because I buy my gourmet salts online. Saltwerk, their Icelandic salt company, amazing salts. Like, yeah, I know. I've tried some Canadian ones out in BC, and they're nowhere near.
yeah, it's a big difference. And,
Yeah, all huge.
but I think if you're doing large quantities, again, just like with grocery stores, you can make some good money off of that. But if you're only holding 20 to 30 bottles of sauce at Amazon, the costs are far too much to carry for that.
Do they need a certain amount of inventory on hand?
Not really. I mean, it's sort of up to you. You don't want to run out because then that gets you bad reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. This guy's product's never available.
Yeah.
Don't buy.
Yeah, and they're very particular about things, especially they have like a drop test where you have to drop it from 3 feet on different angles, and it's very specific.
Oh,
and,
wow.
I mean, it's really good for the consumer at the end of the day, but it's very hard for the seller to get the product out there at a reasonable price and not have so many headaches and red tape going through all the Amazon. So So we just carry it online now, really.
Your own site is more easier?
Yeah, it's easier. You direct people, and primarily we sell it mostly through word of mouth. So that's the biggest marketing strategy that we have, and the product speaks for itself. So people just
it certainly does. I enjoyed it. It was absolutely tickles the tongue. The heat's still there, and it's nice. It's not like why. It's just nice.
Yeah, that's right.
So you have a fantastic sauce. Before we got on, you said you were the green was from like The Price is Right.
Oh, the color scheme, yeah. So
the color scheme of the bottle. so yeah, because it is very eye popping and attractive.
Yeah. So when I was sitting around thinking about, okay, well, what colors are we going to have? I was actually watching The Price is Right, and I thought, well, this show knows marketing. This show knows how to make things look premium and spectacular. And so I took the color scheme of the greens and the silvers and the reds and put it all together. And so I guess you could say it's The Price is Right in a bottle kind of thing. So
because on the back you have, I see right here the stoplight. I see a stoplight. The stoplight colors.
Well, because each one's a formula, so that's and when they make chemical formulas, that's the symbol of it. So it's more like a formula.
Look at you,
hexagon.
Food engineering.
Yeah, I did a lot of research.
You
I
did.
did a lot of research.
Well, like I said, it looks fantastic. It's great. And who doesn't love The Price is Right? And so you're going to love ZEG Sauces. Oh man, what was your favorite game show on The Price is Right?
Plinko is always the
Plinko. I was the mountain guy.
Oh yeah,
I loved that one. I was like, oh, let him fall, and he didn't. That was just that catchy song.
Yeah, it was yodeling.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You'll be yodeling after you have this as well.
Awesome.
It's great. So with the sauces, like, what is your high season for selling? Is there a high and a low for you?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, I thought that, like most sauces, it would be selling primarily in the summertime market. And what I found out when I launched in January, that people were buying a ton of it, after Christmas or before Christmas, and it became this year-round product that people can use because of its versatility. So, whatever meal you're having, from whatever culture, year-round. You can use these sauces. So we actually enjoy year-round sales, and there's not really a huge peak. Sometimes around Christmas, because they make a great stocking stuffer. So
they do, and it comes in the 3-pack for such a low price. Which, sometimes you don't know what to get a foodie for Christmas.
Exactly.
And you're just stuck. You're like, hey, let's try it out.
Yeah, and then they always come back. So. I actually haven't met anybody who hasn't liked the sauces. So
no, you haven't got like one bad comment.
Not one.
Like, this is shit. Yeah. Don't try. Don't even put it in your mouth.
Even the crazy people I know, they love it too. I was a little worried, but no,
Yeah.
So.
Everything seems kosher and going well.
Yeah, I know. So that's the great thing, and it's intrinsically rewarding as well to have a product that people say, wow, that's fantastic. I love it. I'll be back to buy some more. And you've created something that is, great, in the world kind of thing. And that's what I like to do. So
do you personally go to like the farmers markets and all those markets and you're the one behind the kiosk, or are you have somebody there selling and you're just kind of walking around hearing the rumbles?
Yeah, I don't enjoy that luxury. Yeah, but no, I do all the marketing and promotion. I do have a couple friends that help me out with it. But we go down to the Hamilton Farmers Market on the local showcase, which is a fantastic program, and they're so warm and friendly and supportive that the majority of vendors down there were buying the sauces instead of just people walking through. So it's a lot of work, and you have to start off with grassroots kind of thing, and then you can enjoy somebody else
walking around the market and seeing somebody just have a nice croissant and putting some ZEG sauce on it. Like, those shouldn't mix, but they do.
Yeah, it's
the
amazing.
Buttery, the flakiness, the smoothness, the boldness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people do. So
it is just perfect for every season. Because One thing that I said, or that I did say, was the veggies I noticed. Amazing. But also soups, and just to give that extra spice level.
Yeah, I was so surprised even with it being at Paradise Subs that people would put it on their submarine. I thought of it more as a chicken and a pork kind of thing, because that's what I eat it with. But it's crazy the things I've had people say that they put it on their popcorn, they put it on their broccoli salads.
Oh, popcorn!
Yeah, popcorn, and
that could be for the dry.
Yeah, for the
Look
dry.
Watch out, Colonels! We're coming to get you.
Yeah,
Hamilton proud.
Exactly.
ZEG buttery goodness.
Yeah. It never. And as I mentioned, my son was putting in his ramen noodles, and I thought, I never thought of doing that either. But people love it, and then they also eat it with all three meals. I get pictures and fans of ZEG sauce, on their eggs and on the breakfast, and then their sandwiches, and then their dinners. And
do you ever get harassed on Instagram? People tagging you all the time with every single meal, and holding a bottle it traveled with me to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, actually, I have had a guy who went down to Florida with a bottle of ZEG sauce. So, but yeah, it's a great compliment whenever they send me these pictures. But at the same time, I want them to enjoy their food, and then maybe send me a picture later. But I do. It's quite nice when you receive compliments that they're using it at their Christmas dinner or their Easter dinner, and everybody's happy and enjoying it. Or the guys put it on their chicken wings for football season. So it's
definitely versatile, and it does gotta feel good being a part of everybody's meal that you're there but not.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? It just takes.
Did you get used to it at all in the beginning, or you kind of weirded out, okay, thanks, or now you're just kind of yeah, represent, respect?
No, it is a little weird, especially when I go into a place like Paradise Subs, and they say, "Oh, there's the guy who makes ZEG sauces," and everybody's clapping and cheering, and I get it's kind of weirded out. I'm like, I'm not a
You're
superstar.
running around high-fiving everyone. ZEG sauce is on me.
Yeah, and then I'm selling it in the parking lot kind of thing. Because
you get your little utility belt out with all the sauces on there, just throwing them out beers. It's great.
Exactly. But yeah, it is very weird thing, but it's a great compliment. So that's what really drives me and keeps me going is all of those people who are fans and appreciate a premium sauce like that. So
that's perfect. So towards the end of the podcast, what I like to do is my 5 boiling point questions. There's 5 questions I ask all my guests. So the first one is, what is your first food memory?
Oh, my first food memory, milk from a bottle.
If that's what it is.
I don't know. I would say. I mean, my go-to food that is sort of my comfort food that I have is
that's another question. Your first food memory is I don't know, kind of be grandma's meatloaf or something, or be cooking in the kitchen, or mashed potatoes. What was something that stuck out with you that was stuck forever?
Well, my mom's always been a great cook, and one of the meals that she prepares is a thing from Scotland that they call mince and toddies. And it's sort of a poor man's meal, but it's like a reverse shepherd's pie, if you will. So you put the mince on top of your mashed potatoes, and it's a real comfort food and fills you up and tastes fantastic. So
kind of like a bangers and mash?
Yeah, without the bangers.
Yeah. So mince, what is it, mince meat?
Mince meat, yeah. So you just do ground beef, put in some onions, some garlic, and then you throw in some carrots. And some people throw in different vegetables, but primarily, it's that mix. And then you put it into sort of a light gravy, and then you pour that on top of your mashed potatoes, and it's fantastic.
See, there you go. That's a good first food memory.
Straight out of Scotland, yeah.
Straight out. Maybe it was better than the Scottish egg.
Yeah, some of them are gross in Scotland.
You notice the difference?
Well,
a real one too, kind of our bougie ones here.
Well, some of the Scottish food I just don't like because it's a lot of times it's it's very earthy. So blood pudding and stuff like that, it doesn't appeal to me. So
never has. Same with haggis.
No, it's gross.
Did you have to try it?
I tried it just on my own, just to get one with my culture kind of thing. But you either
I don't want to do this.
Well, some of it, I mean, it's made with intestines and stuff, so it's not really the most appealing right off the bat. So I'll just stick with the mince and toddies.
There you go. It's traditional, but it has a better components to it.
Exactly.
Number 2 is, what is your favorite herb and spices?
That's a good one. If I were to pick one, I think I would pick garlic, probably, because I think it's my favorite tasting one, but it's so versatile that you can use it in all kinds of different dishes, and it's usually the beginning of, Mirepoix, if you will, right? So yeah, it would have to be garlic, I think, if I had one choice.
You can poach garlic, you can blanch garlic, you can roast garlic.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bubblegum Shrimp Company, love shrimp with garlic.
Yeah.
Have you had black garlic?
No. What's that like?
Again, I got it off Amazon Gourmet, and I don't think I'll ever get it again. It was fermented garlic, but it was like soaked in like teriyaki and soy, and it was so like potent. The wife was like, "Stop cooking with this."
Yeah.
I'm like, I just need to use it up. I don't want to buy it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Because I always want to try black garlic. You always see it on like fancy dishes online in the reels, and you're like, "Oh, black garlic. Well, look into that." And
yeah, well, it's worth the experimentation.
yeah, it was. I'm not deterred from black garlic. Just that brand of black garlic. I'll try another one.
Yeah, and that's the thing with garlic too. You can really overdo it, and overpower a meal if you use too much garlic and stuff like that. So
because we used to, the in-laws, they used to plant their own garlic. Holy shit! What a difference between store-bought and actually like in the ground grown garlic.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
You would have to use a whole bulb, and this thing was like you use 2 cloves and. It was like so intense.
Yeah, it's amazing when you get fresh, homegrown products like that. Because one of my other little side projects is I've been making pickles for probably about 40 years now, and so I have a really good recipe, and it requires local ingredients. And when you go straight to the farm, the garlic is nothing like the dried up white stuff that we get in the stores. It's big, it's bulbous,
like the elephant garlic.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I remember I bought a bulb, like, I didn't buy a bulb, just an elephant clove, and that thing had like 0 flavor. I was so disappointed.
Oh, really?
I was like, I don't like. Is it the bigger it gets, the less flavor it has? I don't like. I always stay away from it.
Yeah.
Because I was just so disappointed that it hasn't drawn me back to try you again.
Yeah.
So pissed.
It's more about the quality than the size, right? So.
Yeah. So number 3 is my. What is your go-to comfort dish?
Oh, okay.
So, there we go. We're finally at it.
Well, I have to say, ever since I was a little kid, my favorite dish has just been very simple. It's toasted tuna with lettuce and with cream of mushroom soup. And I find that combination of those flavors tastes fantastic. It brings me back to my childhood. My mother making it for me when I was sick as a kid, or so whenever I'm down and out, I have toasted tuna and lettuce and cream of mushroom soup, and you feel so much better afterwards.
So you take the tuna and like a lettuce wrap?
No, you put it on bread, but you put the lettuce with it for the crunch, right?
Like an open faced sandwich with like hot gravy, instead of the gravy, it's just the soup.
Just a regular plain sandwich with soup, and
okay, I thought you were using the soup as like the gravy on top, like an open face.
No,
dude,
yeah.
how?
But the
How is that comfortable?
Yeah, the soggy tuna sandwich.
Well, yeah, it's like when I feel sick, I want tuna. I was like, something's up.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. It's such a plain and simple meal that, but it has so much flavor, and when you combine, for some reason, the mushroom soup with the tuna and onions and lettuce, and then the butter and the toast, it works all well. I highly recommend it.
It's magically melting.
You should try it.
Oh, let's try it. Yeah, when I feel sick, I'm going to get tuna.
Yeah, there you go.
Anybody can try it and leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Number 4 is, who are you currently following on the Instagram? It can be just for fun or work-related or whatever.
Yeah, well, ZEG Sauces follows a ton of people, and mostly local chefs and businesses and foodies and stuff like that. So some names that come to mind are Marcy's Bakery, Bean and Bagel, Rapscallion, Paradise Subs is a huge fan of ours. The Green Machine, which has been on for a while.
Yeah.
Those guys are great
Like
as
a
well.
food truck.
Yeah, food truck.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it for years, and and it's funny when you meet these owners in person. I'm like, oh, hi, I'm the ZEG Sauce guy, and it's really nice to connect on a personal level when you meet people because you like so many of their posts and see so many of their advertisements that you really get to know the company and the person. So
do they ever say like, bullshit, like you just want some free stuff, get out of here?
they get
like you're wearing like ZEG swag and just kind of self-promoting.
Yeah, no, I think they get enough of that even owners know that that we have to make a buck and we have to promote our businesses as well. But so a lot of the owners don't do that, looking for freebies. But there is a lot of people out there that do want free samples. So it's good to have that available because these bottles they get expensive if you give them away all the time.
I will give you. That's why you have the ketchup packet sizes for sampling.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Just try it out. Squeeze that 1 little ounce into a ramekin and go for it.
Yeah. Well, it's a great way to check it out and try it, right? Especially if you want to try it on a different food or for traveling purposes. So if you go, fishing with the guys and you just want to bring a little bit of sauce for your fish, then you've got your little packet there and don't have to bring a big bottle along and have everybody take it on.
No, just bring a can of mushroom soup. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Mushroom soup, tuna sandwich, off you go.
My last question is my favorite question. What food allergy would you choose and why?
That's a good one. Well, first of all, I wouldn't recommend a food allergy for anyone because obviously it limits what you can eat. And,
they do suck, yes,
and it can be deadly, obviously. So
yes.
So just sort of tongue in cheek, I would say if I had an allergy, it would be to junk food, which might help be more healthier and also. Without making willpower decisions, I could avoid all the junk food out there. But I don't even know if I'd be able to handle that.
It's a kryptonite. I can't do it.
Some of that junk food is good. But yeah, the food allergies, and we're very conscious about that with ZEG Sauces as well, is that, we want to make sure it's gluten-free and all the ingredients are, allergy-free as well. So, yeah, so it's... that would be my answer, I guess.
Junk food? Boo! That's a cop-out, man.
Well, there's no good allergy to have.
There's no... Oh, man.
Which one would you select?
Oh, don't put this on me. This is my show, not yours.
No allergy's good.
No allergy is fine.
I mean, I have dust mites and cats, and that's enough. And
yes, the cat allergy. We have cat, dog as well. Just done with those.
Yeah. So yeah, as you know, no allergies, kids. So.
Junk food.
Tongue in cheek. Right?
There you go. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming onto the pod to talk about the industry and how you started and where your sauces are taken off to. So before we leave, what are your handles? Where can people find you?
Oh, well, you can go to zegsauces.com. That's our website. And then we are on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and just type in ZEG Sauces, and we're the first thing because it's such a unique name. We pop up on all those platforms. And again, if you want the special, it's on the website, and we deliver, and you can pick it up. So,
well, perfect. There you go. You have it. And Christmas is coming up, so stocking stuffers are here for you. So, again, thanks, Kevin.